What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It really does help out the channel. Doesn't cost you anything. Comment, like the videos. All of it really helps. Anyway, what we're going to be talking about today is big brakes on the Panther platform. Now, this is something that has been the topic of forum discussions for a while. Traditionally, if you wanted to go budget-friendly big brakes, there was a kit available on the Marauder forums that had a bracket that allowed you to use a Corvette C5 brake caliper with a GT500 14-inch brake rotor. Now, that kit is still available, and it is still cheap, but of course it involves you still having to source the Corvette C5 brake calipers. A lot of folks went with steel braided lines, and then of course the GT500 brake rotors. That's all fine and good, but I found a kit online by a company called Range Industries. Not sponsored, but it allows you to use your factory brake calipers with the larger 14-inch GT500 brake rotors. As you can see, it's a very simple kit. Comes with hardware and shims in case you need them. And then, of course, I picked up some drilled and slotted GT500 rotors on eBay. I think it was $130 for two of them. So not a bad deal. The kit from Range is only $120. So all in, I am less than $300. I think that's what, $250 or so? I'm not good at math. Much overall cheaper than the kit that uses the Corvette C5 calipers. Caveat, of course, to this kit is, as well as any of the other kits that are going to use the 14-inch Mustang rotor, is that you still have to take about 30 or 40 thousandths of material off this hub center to get it to fit over the Panther chassis front hub. Not a big deal. Went out and bought a cheap die grinder and a carbide bit to take care of that. So with that being said, let's get the car up on jacks and start tearing into it. Low car problems. The car is physically so low that my jack will not fit under the car, so I'm going to have to back the car up on a couple of bricks and then put the jack under it. Well, there's one side all buttoned up. Still got to put the wheel on, but yeah, that one fought me. And it wasn't the products at all. It wasn't the brackets or anything like that. It was this damn car itself. Come to find out, the threads got screwed up inside the brake caliper, and actually had to, where is it? Right there. I had to retap the damn threads in the brake caliper itself and then go and get some new hardware for it. But other than that, it all seems like it's working very well. I'll put the wheel on, and I guess I'll drop the car off the stands and put it back in the garage and do the other side tomorrow. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow too, so I'll film the rest of it then. But that's also why you didn't see as much of the actual installation, is because I was dealing with like everything breaking, of course, you know. So, all right. Now that I've got the other side torn apart here, you can see how this works. It's actually just stupid simple. This is the Range Industries bracket. I've got the small aluminum shim behind it to bring this out just enough, right? And then you reverse your factory bolts, which I've replaced my hardware. And then you bolt it in from the front side rather than the back where the caliper would be. And then you use their provided bolts. So these guys right here. I don't really like the fact that it's this proprietary hex head type bolt, but it fits in the back here, and then that's how your calipers bolt in. They bolt there instead of here. Really cool product. And then again, like I said, it allows you to use the larger 14-inch GT500 rotor, which again will give you 20 to 25% greater stopping power than the factory Panther chassis brake rotors, you know, Crown Vic, Grand Marquis, Lincoln Town Car. So pretty cool. I'm gonna go bore out the hub of the other rotor, and we'll get that on, get this thrown back together. Just that simple. This side again fought me. Had to take the tap here and cut the threads out of this again. Same issue as on the other side. See if I can find the messed up bolt here. This one's good, but here we go. I don't know if you guys can see the threads on that, but that's pretty well jacked up. Well, that's what my issue was. So, but all should be remedied now. There you go, all finished up. Obviously got to throw the wheel back on, but this side went a hell of a lot smoother than the other side. I suppose it helps that I knew what to expect, and I expected the caliper to fight me, which it did. But new hardware in there, so I guess it all worked out for the best. But those are some meaty frickin' rotors. Throw the wheel back on here. Well, it would certainly appear that it is about to storm, but that's done. Had I known what to expect on this, especially having to recut the threads on the caliper on both sides too, and exactly the procedure that I needed to do to get the rotor to fit, because you did have to cut about 30 to 40 thousandths out of the hub. And I also ground the hub down on the car a little bit too as well. Once I figured that out, they slid right on. I had this other side done in about 45 minutes total from apart to put back together. This side took me the whole day because everything was breaking and I had to figure it out. But well, anyway, here comes the rain. I'm going to put the car away and I'm going to test drive it later. All right, let's go for a road test with the new big brakes and see how they do. Okay guys, the big brake thing is definitely freaking worth it. For sure. Holy cow. Definitely way better than the factory brakes. Holy cow. Quick check to make sure that everything looks good underneath there, and I think we'll call that a success. Definitely hot, but they seem to be dissipating heat really well, which is what I like about the drilled and slotted rotors, especially for an autocross application where you're braking hard for short periods. It's going to dissipate heat pretty quickly. I like that. So in conclusion, yeah, this is absolutely a product that the Panther community has been sleeping on. I don't know how long this has actually been out. I've not discussed that with the company. I will put a link to the product in the description. It is super awesome, super affordable, and as you guys just saw, absolutely worth it. Now, you're probably thinking, well, if you're using the factory caliper, how are you getting any additional braking? What's going on? Well, let me science you. So if you think about it, the further out you move the caliper, the slower the rotor that it's contacting is actually going to be. So if you think about any type of braking efficiency, when the car is going slower, it has better braking efficiency because it's able to get more friction. So by moving the rotor, or moving the caliper out and the contact surface out further, you're slowing down the rotor that it's in contact with. Therefore, at higher speeds, or really just all around, it gives you greater braking efficiency, even with just the factory calipers. So super awesome product. Again, I will put a link to that in the description. Now, they do sell just the brackets by themselves, and you can source your own calipers or source your own rotors like I have. I wanted to have the drilled and slotted rotors for the heat dissipation for autocross, but of course it matches what I already had in the car with the drilled and slotted rotors. Plus, doesn't that just look awesome? That looks badass. But what I'm getting at is, if you go to Range Industries website, again, link in the description, they will also sell you the correct size rotor pre-machined to fit on the Panther chassis hub. So no guesswork. You can buy everything from them. I believe even with their supplied rotor and the bracket, you're still looking at under $300. Now, that's not including shipping or anything, and don't quote me on that. Go check out their website. But that's a hell of a deal, guys, and that's a huge performance upgrade. Interrupting this video for just a second to say, Range Industries has offered a 10% off discount code for all you guys who are interested in putting big brakes on your Panther Platform car, whether it be a Grand Marquis, Ford Crown Victoria, Lincoln Town Car. Link will be in the description. Code is FAST Marquis. Again, FAST Marquis, all one word, capitals. Link is in the description. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely worth looking into. If you're, daily driving, you're probably not going to notice it. But if you're doing any type of performance with your Panther, autocross, track days, drag racing, whatever it might be, that's worth it. For as cheap as that was, that's absolutely worth it. But as always, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, liking the videos. Doesn't cost you guys a thing, and it really does help the channel grow. But hey, most importantly, have an awesome day.